Good afternoon and welcome to 3 o'clock with SOC. My name is Maria. I am a youth coordinator at SOC and I will be your host for today. Just give me a second while I welcome our Spanish speaking guests. Muy buenas tardes y bienvenidos a 3 en punto con SOC. Mi nombre es María. Soy la coordinadora del grupo de jóvenes con SOC. Hoy nuestro programa es en inglés, pero ofrecemos traducciones al español. Para escuchar la traducción puede llamar al número que aparece en la pantalla, que es 646-749-3122 y la contraseña es 779-328-221. I'd like to share a disclaimer that the views and opinions shared today do not necessarily reflect those of SOC, and remind you all that you can access all of our past episodes on the SOC Facebook page. So for today's guest segment, we have Jay Johnson, the Youth Program Coordinator at Victory Gardens Initiative. Hi, Jay. Welcome to our show. Thank you for being here with us.
No problem. Thank you.
So I just want to start off, if you can tell us a little bit about yourself and your role at Victory Gardens.
Yes. So my name is Jay Johnson. My pronouns are he, him, his. At Victory Garden Initiative, I am the Youth Programs Coordinator. And what that looks like is I work with students ages 7 through 14 typically, but a lot of times I do get younger kids. Victory Garden Initiative is an urban farm in the Harambe neighborhood. So it is near River West, a little bit south of the Walmart on Capitol. So a lot of the program that I do takes place on our farm. I run summer programming. I visit after school programs and cook and garden with kids if they have raised beds at their school, as well as I work with families and also neighborhood youth as well, and just planned activities around, agriculture.
Okay. Can you tell us a little bit more about Victory Gardens? I don't know, how did it start, or the main purpose of Victory Gardens?
Yeah, so Victory Gardens was started by our founder, Gretchen Mead. And how it kind of started up was she lived in Shorewood and wanted to have raised garden beds in her front yard, but the city of Shorewood apparently did not agree with that necessarily. So she had to kind of fight to be able to grow her own food, because growing your own food is super important, knowing where your food comes from. She wanted to teach her kids that as well. So she decided to kind of fight for the ability to really do that. And wanted to, throughout the city of Milwaukee, kind of spread that message as well. So we started with what we're mostly known for, which is the Blitz, which is where we build garden beds throughout the city of Milwaukee. It usually ends up being about 500 per year. People volunteer. Usually it's 2 weeks, but because of COVID, we're kind of spreading it out and doing smaller groups of volunteer groups of building these garden beds and providing people, especially within, which I can talk more about this, if there's families that are interested in getting a garden bed through our Blitz, because it's going to start mid-April. Mm-hmm. There's targeted zip codes that we have that get discounted garden beds. You also get coupons for free seedlings, and get access to our garden mentor program. So yeah, that's kind of the gist of it. And now it's kind of went from the Blitz to now we have youth programs, and we also have our community programs, which is really geared towards us connecting with the Harambe neighborhood, but also just Milwaukee in general by having events on our farm. We also kind of have a food bank. We're giving out food on Tuesdays. We have our Move Grass Grow food classes. So yeah, just a lot of different things that the community can come and connect with us.
Okay. Can you talk a little bit more about the youth programs in specific? So you did mention that it serves ages usually 17 through 14. But I would like to know, like, I have my youth watching here, like from the SOC youth program, and just if they were interested in joining, how could they go about that? Or do they have to, they're actually older, but I don't know if they have siblings, like, is it specifically 7 through 14 years old, or can they be older? Or how does that process look like?
Yeah, so we have quite a few ways that youth of all ages really can participate because I've worked with little bitty ones like 2, 3 years old, all the way up to students in high school. Um, but I usually work with more of the younger.
Mhm.
They're average around like elementary school, some early middle school. And what that looks like is during the summer, we have an AgriCorps program, which is basically just like a summer camp, like twice a week for half the day. And students will come and help take care of our urban farm across the street. So they learn a lot about gardening and agriculture and like biodiversity. Also, we do a lot of cooking with some of the stuff that we grow on the farm. So we grow just about anything that you can grow in Wisconsin. So it's just a lot of learning like about harvesting and like cooking and preserving foods. As far as like the older, like pushing high school, um, our community programs coordinator, she has a program. It's like a mentorship program, um, where it's more like if students are interested on like the preserving and cooking side, um, that they could get in contact with her. So they would learn like basically about working in a kitchen and learning about different preservation and cooking methods, especially because a lot of the food that we make is obviously trying to use a lot of produce from our garden and trying to keep it like vegan and healthy. So if students are interested in learning a little bit more about that too, she's a good person to get in contact with. Am I giving my contact information at the end or?
Yeah, yeah. I'll ask you
Okay.
for your contact info.
Yeah. And then also, I don't know if we're doing it this year, but we usually have earn and learn, or we have internships too, because we have a farmer here and he is always down to have people come and learn from him and help him. And also, we have a guy that just does compost, that is looking for interns as well. Um, yeah.
Okay. How can we become a part of this? So, is there like an application process? Are there any certain qualifications, like from the youth program, from the 7 through 14-year-olds, and even the other community programs?
One way to stay posted on what we do is usually we advertise a lot of stuff on our Victory Garden Initiative Facebook page.
Mhm.
So that's a good way to just kind of like follow and see what's going on. Um, a lot of times I'm just kind of out in the community and offer like talking about the services and like just like handing out my email. As far as like, and there's also information about like the internships on our websites and ways. It's just victorygardeninitiative.org,
Okay.
about the internships. And as far as the Blitz, if there's families that are interested in getting garden beds, I could talk a little bit more about that.
Yeah.
So, yeah, normally they are $200, but for our discount zones, which I'll just read out the zip codes that we have. It'll be $25, and that comes with the raised bed. So the lumber, it comes with the soil, it comes with seeds and coupons and all that. So our discount zip codes are 53204, 53205, 53206, 53208, 53210, 53212, 53216, 53218, and 53233. So yeah, if you didn't catch that, there's also like our Blitz sign up on our website. So basically you would just fill out a form online, and our Blitz coordinator will get back to you. So that's one way. Also, if you're just interested in like getting a garden bed, because a lot of people ask us about that. So yeah, our website and our Facebook is probably the best way to get in contact.
Okay. And then another question I have is, what kind of programs are coming up? Do you have anything coming up for the spring or just summer? Can you talk a little bit more about that?
Yeah. So yeah, right now our big focus, because it requires a lot of like logistics preparation and getting a lot of stuff, is the Blitz. Like that's our biggest thing right now. It's going to be mid-April to mid-May. Also, we have our Cultivate Harambe events, which I believe they are starting in May, which basically people come to our farmhouse. We serve food and produce from our farm. So we hand out meals, and then we just kind of like eat in the garden. Also, starting soon-ish, once things start growing, it'll probably be early June. We have our farm stand. So just people can come and get, it's a pay what you can. So you can get free produce. We also have like little small cooked meals maybe. So yeah, there's a lot of things going on in the garden, thinking about it. So yeah, farm stand, the Blitz. As far as youth programming, and like starting summer internships, that'll probably start mid-June. So yeah, once MPS or whenever the school year is over, we'll start our AgriCorps program, which is just the summer camp that I talked about earlier, as well as like welcoming new different internships, and the mentor program that our community programs coordinator is running will be starting pretty soon. Yeah, I would just follow our Facebook for like the specific.
Okay, for sure.
Sure.
We do have all that info on our comments right now, which before I ask you for your contact info, I'll just read some of the comments I have here. So on the rise 414 commented saying blessings with a little plant emoji. And then La Comunidad MKE commented wonderful program. And Elizabeth Ramirez commented, we love your program. It's so essential and needed and has made such a huge difference and impact. Thank you. So thank you all for your comments. We do have a question here for you. It says, do you guys sell plants for planting?
No, we do not sell plants. A lot of what we do is we're just here for like education and here for the community to come and learn. So like if you come and you could pick your own produce. So like we're growing like kale, collard greens, tomatillos, tomatoes, cucumbers, all different types of squashes. So it's really open for the neighborhood to come and pick. And also we give out compost. Right now, our compost guy is assembling an automatic sifter, so that'll make it easier for people to get free compost or free soil pretty much. If you're looking to buy plants, we do partner with Teens Grow Greens, and they have a greenhouse, Weber's greenhouse. I don't know when it opens. It's probably going to be around May, but it's off of Green Bay, like right before you get on 43. If you just go a little bit north of that, they sell a lot of like seedlings. So they're like a good greenhouse to check out. I would check out them if you're trying to like buy plants. But for us, it's just for the community to come and pick food and learn food. We also have community gardens too, but those are filling up pretty quick. But if you're interested in that, you can. Our general email is helpusgrow@victorygardeninitiative.com, and then it'll kind of get directed to the right person. But yeah.
Okay, so for contact info, you would say that email or your website or the Facebook page?
Yes.
Okay. Can you repeat the email one more time, please?
It's helpusgrow@victorygardeninitiative.com.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. So I think Alan can put that in the comments shortly. So yeah, that's all the questions that I have for you. Do you have anything else you would like to tell us before you say goodbye to us?
Yeah, just hope that you guys are, because I think Victory Garden Initiative does a lot of good work, and it's kind of like a hidden gem, I would say, in Milwaukee. So if you haven't been, we're right off of Richards and Concordia, and just come here. Like, feel free. Like, the farm is open for anybody, because a lot of people see like that it's a kind of like above a hill, and they don't really go in. But yeah, I would recommend people coming to our farm and utilizing our programs in our space for sure. And we're good at, like, once you email us, like, sending it to the correct person. So yeah.
Okay. We do have another quick question though before I let you go. It says, do you have /sell or share seeds?
Yes, that's another thing. We don't sell seeds, but we do have a seed share.
Okay.
So that's pretty much, it's kind of like a first come, first serve. Our community programs coordinator, she would like do them on Saturdays. And people would just come and pick out some seeds. We would have a bunch of different type of seeds. So we don't sell anything. I mean, you can give donations to us. That would be great. It's kind of a pay what you can. But for the most part, it's free. I'm not sure when the first seed share starts, but I assume that since the growing season is beginning to start, that it's gonna be pretty soon. Again, I would just like follow our Facebook page. We also have an Instagram too, which is just victorygardeninitiative.org. And usually when we have those events, they'll pop up there. So I would keep a lookout for that.
Okay. And then they followed up with, thank you. How do we get involved? I'd like to visit and swap garden info.
Yeah, I would just, if you would like to get involved, I would definitely email the Help Us Grow and just say like you're interested in volunteering. Or I'm pretty sure there's a form on our website too that like says that you can that you could log into and say that you're interested in volunteering, and we'll have somebody get back to you.
Okay, perfect. And we do have all the comments there with all the contact information as well, so you guys can check those out. So that's all we have for you today. Thank you so much for coming on and for all the information that you gave us on Victory Gardens.
No problem. Thank you for having me.
Have a good day. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Okay, so we're very thankful for Jay that he came and gave us all this wonderful information. And thank you everyone for commenting and asking questions. That's really appreciated. So next up, we will have our coronavirus update. We will have a video with Dr. Arana myths.
Hi, everybody. We're here with Dr. Arana with us today from 16th Street Clinic to talk about different topics relating to the COVID-19 vaccine. So can you just go ahead and talk to us about your experience taking the COVID-19 vaccine?
Sure. Thank you for inviting me today. I already completed both dose 1 and dose 2 of the Pfizer vaccine. And with the first vaccine, I only had that sore muscle on that area where we got the injection. And that's very common to any vaccines. I don't think that was out of the ordinary. And 3 weeks after that, I got the second dose. And as you have heard probably, some people get a little bit more reaction with the second dose, what we call a normal response from your immune system. You get the second dose, and some people have just the sore muscle, but others, as I did, can get a little bit of chills or headache the day after the vaccine. Nothing that would stop me from working or doing my daily activities. If someone has fever, it's okay to take a dose of acetaminophen or Tylenol but most people don't need to take anything.
Great. And can you explain a little bit about why the vaccine has to be administered in 2 doses? Why are there 2 different shots?
Yes, and that applies to some vaccines, not to all of them. As you probably have heard, Pfizer, Moderna, AstraZeneca, they all have recommended 2 doses. And the first dose helps your immune system to learn about the spike protein and how to block the function of the spike protein of the coronavirus. The second shot brings more like an awareness for your immune system. The goal is to create some kind of memory in your immune system that we think is going to last at least a year or more. So if you get infected, your immune system has strong memory. So the first one is kind of training for your immune system, and the second one is a booster to really make sure that the immune system remembers how to fight and block the spike protein.
Yeah, thank you for sharing that. And I really like that way of putting it. It's training and then the real go. I like that. And so we also understand that health professionals are receiving their COVID vaccines right now as we speak. And has everyone or those who wanted to at the 16th Street Clinic, have they been vaccinated, and has everyone reacted well to it?
Yes, basically all of us are vaccinated. That we still have a group that is waiting for the date where they are due for the second dose. And everyone has been vaccinated. Very few exceptions felt a little bit of a headache, malaise the day after the second dose, but no one that had to miss work or had any serious adverse effects. We didn't have any allergic reactions here. We are currently vaccinating all patients 65 and older. And also, I know that Children's Hospital has started vaccinating caregivers of children with special needs, children that are bound to wheelchair and need a ventilator or has tracheostomies, really complex medically. So at this point, those caregivers are getting vaccinated, and next will be children 16 and older that have very complex medical conditions.
Great. Thank you for sharing all that information and for being with us today, and we'll have you on another time. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you to Gabe for that coronavirus update. Next up is just a short community resource. So we just like to point out that Earn and Learn summer program applications are now open and available on their website. So if you know of any youth from ages 14 to 24 years old who would be interested in participating, we are accepting applicants through the SOC program as well for our youth program. So if anyone's interested, you can send our contact information and they can email us at soc@socmilwaukee.org. Next up, we have reminders of what's coming up for the rest of the week at 3 o'clock with SOC. So tomorrow, Wednesday, is our Spanish Day, and we'll have Brandy Hernandez, fellow at Public Allies. And then Thursday is our COVID-19 day, and we'll have John, the vaccine manager at 16th Street Clinic. And then Friday is our community development day, and that will be with Dr. Monique Liston from Ubuntu Research and Evaluation. So that's all for today. Thank you all so much for joining us today, and we will conclude our forum with our survey promo video.
Has this live forum been informative and useful to you? What part of the forum could be improved or changed to make it better? Please take a quick survey that's located in the comments section so that we can keep 3 o'clock with SOC going for residents. Thank you for tuning in.